Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing, Sunday, 12th of May, 2024. So, looking at the synoptic then, this run of good weather that we've had for the last 4 or 5 days is slowly going to decline. This low pressure that Ron spoke about yesterday out in the Atlantic is whizzing along slowly and is going to start controlling our weather for the next 2 or 3 days. We are, however, left at the moment in a unstable um, air mass just ahead of some of these frontal systems that you'll see, and they'll be bringing rain and showers possibly later on today, certainly into the evening. But we should have a reasonable day in between if we don't get too inundated by the showers. Spot winds today are indicated around about anywhere between northeast and southeast, actually. The operating winds are going to be probably around about 10 knots. It's going to be probably about 5 knots easterly flow on the ground, similar to what we had yesterday. We can see the clouds. All this stuff out to the west now is associated with the frontal system that's on its way later, but we're left in a sort of reasonable air mass in between. There's a ribbon of high cloud I can see at the moment, and if you look outside, you can see the upper stuff. It's I don't quite explain. I can't quite explain why we got that, but it's there, and then we can see it outside, and that's slowly going to dissipate. Rainfall radar, we're pretty good all day. You can see some of the frontal system hitting Ireland at the moment. Some heavy shower build up around about Liverpool, and the forecast rain is going to slowly get worse, coming in from the west, and you can see around about now. So this is at 12:45, 1 o'clock. You can start to see the thunderstorms start to build up. When he says getting it back again, where am I? Get back to where I was. Sorry. Around about 1 o'clock, you can start to see the thunderstorms start to build up. Move it across a little bit further. Bandwidth a bit slow. There they are there. And they're going to get worse and worse as the afternoon goes on. So you can see that when they do arrive, they're going to be very heavy, a very heavy rain in mountain. We may hit them, we may be clear of them, but anywhere from about 1 o'clock onwards, there's a risk of them showers hitting us today. Local forecast doesn't actually indicate that, but they are giving an easterly flow, 23 degrees or so throughout the day, sunshine most of the flying day for sure, and winds pretty well from the east, 7 or 8 knots, gusts to 10 or 11. GFS is indicating max temperature today of 21, and with the dew point down at around about 14 degrees. Current temperature at Lasham, just under 19 degrees, just under 13 degrees the dew point, no rain, and a light east-northeasterly flow. Dave is indicating that some of the clouds later on may actually go up to 10, 20,000 foot with the showers, more inland perhaps, thunderstorms later on this evening. So if your gliders are out, I suggest you might want to de-rig them at the end of today. Nice view outside the window. I think this upper cirrus I can see here is probably that ribbon of cloud I was talking about earlier, but the cloud is going to get thicker from the west as the front slowly approaches later. Currently, Odium are indicating 5 knots from the east-northeast with mist, and Farnborough very, very similar east-northeast, but they're indicating actually when we do get cumulus, it'll be around about 4,000 feet, but they're saying from about 1 o'clock onwards, we're going to have the heavy rain showers, or they certainly are at Farnborough. So we need to be mindful of that. It may come this way a little bit earlier. Top Meteo is indicating a reasonable sort of cross-country day, a couple hundred K perhaps. If you can get away early enough, I don't perhaps think we're going to do that. And if I run the thermals strength throughout the day, so this is at 9 o'clock this morning, clearly blue. It's indicating blue thermals from around about 11 o'clock, but from 1 o'clock onwards, you notice these showers are coming in. So they're going to get about 3,500 foot cloud base, but there are going to be showers, and they're going to get more and more intense as the afternoon goes along. And this is 4 o'clock local, thunderstorms and showers. So, we can we can put our thumb up in the air and decide what we're going to do, what we can actually have. So this is the Sky Sight's indication of cross-country distance not very good today, and Sky Sight's local forecast is blue thermals. It's going to be a slow start. You can see the actual soarable height is a very slow start to around about 12:30. That will come around about when the queue starts, but that's only going to be fairly short-lived. And you've got the upper cloud coming in from around about 12:30. 1300 onwards, and that of course is going to dampen the thermals. So the maximum thermals around about 3.5 knots in the middle of the day, but rapidly declining. Wind 7 knots or so from the northeast. NOTAMs, a couple of NOTAMs to affect. I will mention them just in case you do get the opportunity to get away. 35 is a fireworks display later on this evening, so it shouldn't affect us. 34 is a danger area that's at the Ash Ranges. 30, Popham today, all day today, Popham got an aerobatic competition on. Surface to 5,500 feet, 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock today. So even if you're local soaring, please stay well clear of Popham today. 29 is Barton Stacey, the live firing we've had all week. Middle Wallop is 28. They've got clay pigeon shooting all day, so I don't know how that's going to affect their operations. Surface to 1,300 feet. 33 is a Larkhill danger area that was briefed yesterday again. Surface to 23,000 feet, and 40 is Little Bridgington. Parachuting all day. So operationally today then, we have the Group 4 group today, which is nice. So Chris Lewis will be leading that. No planned movements. Blue thermals initially, probably from about 11 o'clock onwards, I think, very rapidly becoming towering queue, base 4,500 feet, and possible showers in the afternoon. There'll be an easy flow all day. We'll set up a runway 09. Sun hats and sun cream. I've just left that on the slide. I think that's going to be a recurring slide for the next few months, bar tomorrow when it'll probably be raining. K13s are all booked on today. One K13 on a trial lesson, one K13, that should name, not K21. I apologise for the casual list. And the casual list will be able to use a K13 in between trial lessons. All 3 discuses are available today. Buggy radios, thanks for that. Everything's working really well. We had an instance yesterday where people started wandering off with the buggy keys. Not quite sure why that happened. It certainly shouldn't happen. So please leave the keys in the buggies at all times. And the simulator, of course, is available. So let's see the full flying list. Chris Gibson, Julian Sacramante, and Sam are all available for the K21 instructing around to help Chris. And this evening aerobatics training is happening tonight as well. Casual list, we've got Chris Goldsworthy and Andrew Aiken on the casual list, so we'll have a couple of instructors there, I think, so that'll be fine. And setting up today then, fairly standard 09 operation, launch point south, Winchgrass south, runways cable coming down the south, and any aerotowing. I don't think there's going to be any appetite at all for a club grid, so any aerotowing just tow to the normal airtow point on the grid north side. All right, I've got a motor glider field landing flight to do at 10 o'clock, but we'll get everything set up before then. And I look forward to seeing you later. Bye. What we need to do, Ron, we need to